Hello everyone, this is the Persian Prince with another Total War Attila tournament cast, and this is the TWCL Autumn 2015 tournament. It is a group stage, Group B, match between Diplomatt of Wolf Clan and Simon of IDE. And before we go, Simon has actually set a challenge for himself this tournament. He's going to play only with the Celts, so to speak. And in this first game, Diplomatt is the Ostrogoths, Simon is the Picts. So let's see how this one is going to go. I'm gonna go over the build of the Ostrogoths first. So up front, we see 3 Germanic archers with Germanic hurlers on each flank. Then we have a bunch of noble Germanic horsemen. It seems 3, 4, 5. 5 of them, bronze 1 with a Germanic Lancer. And then we have a good amount of Gothic Warband as well, and some Gothic Folksmen. So I believe it is 6 Gothic Warband. Is it? Yes, 6 Gothic Warband and 2 Gothic Folksmen. The general is a Royal Sionis, bronze 3 with Brace, and this general is pretty amazing in terms of how well it can potentially do. Now for the Picts, well, we have 2 Round Shield Raiders, interesting units over here, as the guerrilla deployment cav. Well, basically, the Picts are just full guerrilla deployment. But anyway, let's go over the rest of the build. So we have the general here, the Celtic noble with Brace. In terms of skirmishes, we have 4 Celtic crossbows. These guys are very cheap, as are most of the Celt units actually. Then you have a bunch of Murmur cavalry. It's 6 of those, bronze 1. These guys are fairly bad, but you know, might as well bring cavalry rather than not bring them, right? Then we have 3 interesting units on the right. Celtic Berserkers. In the center we have 1, 2, 3, 4 Black Blades who are now using rapid advance. Very, very nice. Then we have, well, that's basically it. We don't have anything else. But this should be an interesting match, actually. We'll see how it goes. Looks like, alright, so the Picts, we're trying to go for a charge onto these Gothic Warband, and look at the Gothic Warband. Poor guys just got mowed down by these noble Germanic horsemen. Pretty sad for them. Pretty sad. It looks like there's going to be an engagement here, a free charge onto these hurlers, so that's a dead slinger. But here the engagement is not going to go so great for the Picts. Infantry support is not nearby, whereas we have very close infantry support for the Ostrogoths. But very nicely done here, going into the hurlers and then pulling out without losing a single man. Thing is though that this engagement is not going to go well at all for the Picts, unless they can send in infantry support. So looks like there's gonna be another engagement potentially. No, there is not. But this, I actually didn't see this. This Round Shield Raider already doing extremely well. Has done significant damage to the Gothic Warband and killed off a Germanic Lancer because the Ostrogoths were not looking. Here it's actually the Round Shield Raiders running away from noble Germanic horsemen. But the engagement over here looks like there's gonna be a cav charge. These guys did not get a charge order, I think. So they're gonna do even worse than normal. But the Murmur cavalry coming in, gonna get a free charge onto the Gothic Warband. That is gonna be important. The cavalry units for the Ostrogoths are not doing, are not like screening off the infantry. They're just running around. So there's just more cavalry on the field for the Picts to send into the fight. But over here, as you can see, the Murmur cavalry is going to die soon. But the Black Blades are actually already died, but the Black Blades are there. This Murmur cavalry is dead. Normal Germanic horsemen should pull out though and go for a rear charge, because then that unit would die. Oh wow, the Murmur cavalry here killing off this Gothic Warband with support of these Celtic Berserkers soon. And once the Celtic Berserkers get in, they should do significant damage. Though very well done here by the noble Germanic horsemen, killing off that Round Shield Raider. And now though, the Picts broke through over here, which is very good for the Picts. Still Murmur cavalry on the field, gonna go around and possibly take out the archers. But over here, these Celtic Berserkers will do fairly well against the Gothic Warband, especially with general support. And now here comes a charge into the Germanic archers by the Mormon cavalry, but over here they're just going to end up dying soon enough. There's Black Blade support though, but we have 2 Gothic Volksmen as well. Noble Germanic horsemen here will be a very big problem for the Picts though. And over here though we can see that Germanic archers are starting to rout, which is very good for the Celts because then their crossbowmen can do far better. And here is where it's all gonna start to go wrong for the Picts. There's this Royal Sionis, does not actually go for the crossbow, okay, does not go for the crossbow again and just slams into the rear of these berserkers. So that was an important decision to make for the Ostrogoths. Looks like they're just gonna go with the Royal Sionis and crush through that side of the Picts. Very nice rear charge. But that means the crossbows can also fire a bit more into the Sionis, but it doesn't look like it's going to make a difference. Or maybe it will, because the Royal Sionis is super tanky. Then we have here the Mormon cavalry running away from Gothic Volksmen. Still, these cavalry units here are going to die for the Ostrogoths. Very nice rear charge also into the Gothic warband here. Should do a good amount of damage. More cavalry charges over here with actually it's the general. Just not only did it kill a crossbow and it rear charged those berserkers and routed them off the field, but it's also now going to kill this other crossbow unit. So it's just not looking great at all for the Picts, because this general is still on the field, and sooner or later I believe the Pict general is going to die. But here though, the Black Blades made it into the Germanic archers, but that's the thing with Berserk units. Even though when they're in Berserk they're extremely powerful, they're just they're uncontrollable. And that's the big part and the big problem, because I'm sure he wouldn't be chasing off archers in this scenario if he could actually control his units or send these Black Blades this way, if he could control them. But these guys, as you can see here, doing very well for themselves while in Berserk. And the thing about Berserk is that they don't rout if they're Berserk. So they're still getting more and more kills against these units, despite being very low in number. As you can see here, this is very good for Picts. But the engagement over here, now the Celtic Noble is just going to die to the Royal Sionis and all these units that are surrounding it. Still 2 Celtic crossbows on the field, that's nice, and then these units will rout. But the thing is, okay, there's still a Celtic Berserker here berserking around in the wrong place. It should have been in this blob, but here is where it's all gonna go wrong for the Picts. The general is going to end up dying, which is gonna be bad, and the general is not actually in shield wall, so he's not doing as well as he could. Here this Gothic Volksman is going to die to Black Blades. And at this point, it's a very, very close game. There's still this Noble Germanic Horseman, finally killed off that unit. And now the general of the Picts is going to die, which is going to be huge, and it might start a chain rout. But these Germanic archers and slingers are almost out of ammo. Still 2 crossbows on the field, but a Noble Germanic Horseman and Royal Sionis, 49 men left. So yeah, looks like the Noble Germanic Horsemen are going to go for a charge here onto the Black Blades. It's going to be hugely effective. These Black Blades are going to go down very, very quickly. Well, actually, they have... Yeah, they're still going to go down very quickly, even though Noble Germanic Horsemen don't have a lot of men left. So now it looks like this Black Blade got charged by the Royal Sionis is going to do a lot of damage. And now there's a Gothic Warband follow-up, so this Black Blade is going to die. And yeah, let's zoom in right now because the battle is pretty much over. These Celtic crossbows are just going to get focused and sent off the battlefield. And that is game number 1. As you can see here, Gothic Warband doing okay, even Volksmen doing a fair amount. And of course, MVP of this game, the Royal Sionis, just killing so many Celtic crossbows. And Pictish Black Blades doing very well for themselves too, and Berserkers. But yeah, that is game number 1. Well, 237 kills must be the skirmishers. That is game 1 of this match. See you in game number 2. So this is game 2, where we have Diplomatt as the Huns and Simon as the Abdanians. Should be an interesting one as well. But the Huns here are just going to do far better than the Abdanians, of course. But it's again a tough matchup for the Celts. I mean, almost any matchup is tough for the Celts. Maybe not Western Romans, because the Western Romans are not great. But anyway, time to go over the build of the Huns here. So we have the Steppe Warlord Bronze 1 Gen with Brace. Then we have, let's see, up front, a bunch of Steppe Bows, 3, 4, 5 Steppe Bows. Then we have, is it 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Steppe Bows. Make that 6 indeed. We do have a bunch of Noble Steppe Cataphracts. Looks like, I believe, 4 Noble Steppe Cataphracts and 2 regular Steppe Cataphracts. We see a pretty big amount of Ur Warriors as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Ur Warriors. And a Bosphorus Warrior. Now for the Abdanians, well, we have over here 2 Round Shield Raiders. And the rest of the contingent, well, let's see. King's Fianna, Bronze 3 with Brace. The rest of the cavalry, well, just simply 6 Mormor Cavalry, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Mormor Cavalry indeed. All Bronze 1. Now we have a bunch of King's Warband, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so 5 King's Warband Bronze 1, and then on the right flank, 4 Scata's Teachers. Bear in mind, these guys are only 60, so if they get charged, they're gonna die, especially if you look at their armor and health. Okay, their armor and health is not bad, but they're just 60, so a charge is going to murder these Scatha's Teachers. Scatha's Teachers. Not sure. Looks like there's gonna be engagement here, which I'm not sure about, because the Mormor Cavalry is going to die on the charge here very rapidly. But I do like this move by Simon, just putting his units in such a column formation. Very effective when you have like very weak cavalry. As you can see here, the charge did not do as much, but it still did a lot. Here we're going to see the same thing happen, but these Noble Steppe Cataphracts are just going to crush the Mormor Cavalry without a problem. But I do like the formation of Simon, though, to be fair. It's just... already you can see his Mormor are just going down very fast. Scatha's Teachers here, if they get charged, which looks like they're about to get charged, is not gonna look good for them at all. These Round Shield Raiders in the back killing off some Steppe Bows, which is fine. Again, the Mormor Cavalry just disappearing. But very nice charge here with the Mormor Cavalry into the Urs. That is very good. But here, as you can see, Steppe Cataphracts not doing too well at all, actually. Only 2 kills. Very nicely done here by the Abdanians. And now, though, the general is going to get engaged by Ur Warriors. This is not a good moment at all for the Abdanians. This Mormor Cavalry here, though, doing significant damage to these Urs and holding them off from joining the main fight. This is very important as well. And now these Round Shield Raiders are making all these units waver. All these Steppe Bows. But let's see. These Scatha's Teachers are now Berserk, but they're not doing the Berserk correctly. They're just running around in circles and not attacking anything. Now the Round Shield Raiders here still not killing off the Germanic, the Steppe Bows. I don't know why I keep trying to say Germanic, but archers. Noble Steppe Cataphracts here clearly destroying the Mormor Cavalry. This Noble Steppe Cataphract making it into crossbows though, and destroying the Scatha's Teachers here. And here Urs against King's Warband. Well, we know who's going to end up winning that fight, especially with the Noble Steppe Cataphract rear charge. Now these Round Shield Raiders still cannot rout off these Germanic archers, these Steppe Bows. Why do I keep saying Germanic archers? Very nice rear charge here by the Steppe Warlord into the Scatha's Teachers. Now Celtic crossbows are gonna get charged by all these Noble Steppe Cataphracts, and once they do, that's basically over for the Abdanians. These wars here going to die to them being blobbed against, but the King's Fianna is down to 29. He has taken a lot of damage. He was engaged far too long against those Urs. Now here we see an Ur Warrior that's gonna absolutely destroy this Round Shield Raider as it pulls out, as you can see here. Not only is it getting focused as well, but these Steppe Bows did not rout at all. They just refused to rout. Over here though, as you can see, clearly not a good engagement for the Abdanians. Now we're going to see a rear charge by these Noble Steppe Cataphracts, and it's just going to destroy these King's Warband. So they got kind of a charge off, but not the best. Now they're just going to pull out and go for another charge. wars over here, destroying the King's Warband 2. Stepbow's still alive, so that's really good for the Huns. Now this charge, actually not the best it looked like by the Mormor cavalry, but it's still going to do some damage to the Ur warriors. Now though, the general of the Danians is dead, so let's see. These charges should just finish off the Danians. Let's zoom in and watch this engagement here. These guys rout off the field. Poor King's Warband. But King's Warband are decent units. But still, cannot compare them to the War Warriors, of course. Yeah, just a couple of guys still here that are in Berserk and they don't want to die. Where's the unit? Okay, looks like it's just 3 Skatos teachers left. Let's fast forward, and looks like Diplomatt is going to take the 2-0 win here over Simon. As you can see here, lots of kills on the Warlord and those War Warriors. Bosphorus Warriors, surprising me. And of course the Noble Step Cataphracts, insane amount of kills as expected. As for the Abdanians, well, nothing particularly did well except the Round Shield Raiders. They did a mighty fine job against the skirmishers, but unfortunately they were unable to rout them. The infantry in particular did not do very well, considering it was up against War Warriors, so it was pretty damn impossible for them to do well. But yeah, that is game and match, so hope you all enjoyed. If you want to see more, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. Share the video, and I'll see you next time.